What is a Ugandan Rolex? No, it's not a special type of watch, and no, I'm not changing the channel to become a watch reviewer. A Rolex, as it's known in Uganda, is a type of street food. Simply put, it is an omelette on top of a flatbread, which is then topped with either tomato or avocado, and then it's rolled up. And it is fantastic. I lived in Uganda for a couple of years, many years ago, before you were around, puppy. And I have recently added Rolexes back into my diet, and I'm very happy because of this. One reason they are so good is the combination of egg and cabbage. If you've not done this before, or have not done it for a while, please promise me that you will make it, as this combination is just so good. Even you will probably love it, puppy. So let's get started, and after we've been in the kitchen, we will come back to the office to talk about all the amazing health benefits of cabbage. Alright, let's get started then. So the bulk time thing with this dish is making a flatbread. So if you are pushed for time, you can make these a day ahead or a few days ahead, and they keep nicely in the fridge. So yeah, first things first, weighing out some milk. So any plant milk, so 185 grams of plant milk and then 50 grams of oil. You can use any oil you want, but I always recommend extra virgin olive oil due to its high polyphenol count. Then weighing out the flour, so this is just plain white flour, 00 if you can get it. So you want nice soft dough, and that's 300 grams or 2 cups, and then sieving that, then chucking in a little bit of salt, and then yeah, slowly adding the milk oil mixture to form a dough. Then you might find it's a little bit sticky, so when I did it was a little bit too sticky, so just adding a little bit more flour so it's not super sticky, and then just giving it a quick knead just so it's come together, and then covering it in some oil to let it rest. So you're going to let it rest for at least half an hour. So while the resting is happening, you can get on with making of the cabbage. So yeah, cabbage does take a bit of time to cook. So using a quarter of a cabbage, so a lot of cabbage because cabbage is great for you, as we'll find out in a bit, and then flavouring it with some chilli and garlic. So frying the chilli and garlic first, and then slicing the cabbage up as small as you can, and then chucking that in the frying pan. And then if you've got a lid for your frying pan, then that would be amazing, just to help kind of cook it a bit quicker, sweat it through. Then back to the dough. So giving it a good knead now just to make it so it's nice and smooth, build up the gluten, and then yeah, just kneading it in the oil that it was resting in. Then how do you know it's done? When you start to sort of push it about a bit, squeeze it, kind of feel that it's kind of got a bit of push back, and it should be nice and smooth. Then yeah, with the quantities that we were using, we should be able to get 6 flatbreads out of it. So dividing it into 6 as best as you can, then rolling it into little balls, and then just working your way through and making the flatbreads. So yeah, using the flour to roll it out, but this is a very nice dough to work with. It's nice and soft, it's easy to roll out, and then yeah, you want to roll it out so it's maybe about a couple of centimeters thick, then into a hot frying pan with just a little bit of oil, then letting it cook. So yeah, when you start to see little bubbles forming, then that's when you flip it the first time. Then about another minute on that side, then you flip it again, and then this is when you should start to see it kind of puff up. And then when you're puffing it up, you know that you've made a good dough, and then it is also cooking. Yeah, this is the second one, so if it doesn't puff up straight away, you can just add a little bit of extra oil to the frying pan, and then that'll kind of give it a bit of extra heat, and then yeah, you can puff it up nice and easily. So just working through your 6 doughs, and then you can leave that ready for later. Okay, so the cabbage mix that I made was enough for 2, so halved it, then getting 2 eggs chucked in, then letting that cook, then tried to flip it, but it was quite big, so it did break a little bit, but that's fine because the size of the flatbread is the size of the big bit of omelette that I've got there. So in Uganda, they've got a perfect setup for this. Yeah, I've only got one really good non-stick pan, and you really do need to do this in a non-stick pan, otherwise the egg does stick quite a lot. So yeah, just chucking the flatbread on top just to heat it up again, then flipping it over. So yeah, the flatbread is nice and hot, warm through, then onto your plate for serving, chucking some avocado or tomato in the middle, and then rolling it up. It really is such a tasty treat, and for me, I love it with hot sauce. So there we go, all done. I hope you like the look of the Rolex. Now, whenever you see a Rolex being advertised, maybe at the start of the next F1 race you may watch, when they always have that close-up shot of the clock moving the minute hand to show that everything is running off time. Well, when that happens, instead of thinking about an overpriced watch, which you most likely will never own, instead think about this amazing street food and when you are next going to make it. It's quite funny, isn't it, Rassi, that the Rolex people have unwittingly advertised some Ugandan street food. But now let's look at the often overlooked star of this show, cabbage. So cabbage is a leafy green vegetable. And leafy green vegetables are the good guys, and the group of leafy green vegetables that are very similar to cabbage are broccoli, kale, radish and Brussels sprouts, to name but a few. So all of these vegetables, they contain things the body loves. So loads of vitamins, minerals and antioxidants. But without wanting to go into too much detail, let's go through the headlines for cabbage. Yes, good girl, Rissy. So starting with that, it reduces inflammation due to the high amount of polyphenols present. Not only do the polyphenols help with inflammation, but they also reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. The fiber content is not bad either, and this helps with digestion and keeps your microbiome happy. Also, cabbage contains a huge amount of vitamin C, which helps with your immune system. It also contains a lot of vitamin K, which helps fight bone mass breakdown, increasing your bone strength, and vitamin K also helps form blood clots. Cabbage is also very low in carbohydrates, making it a great choice of vegetable for anyone who needs to watch their blood sugar levels, which is everyone really, as spikes in blood sugar is never a good thing, especially in the long term. Finally, one of the best things about cabbage is how available it is. Not only is it cheap, but you can buy it in most countries around the world, and it is so easy to add to your diet. Even in small amounts, you can surely chuck a bit into whatever you are cooking tonight. Curry, stir-fry, pasta, soup, ragu, pie or salad. The possibilities are endless. Yes, good girl. You want to chuck it into whatever you're cooking tonight, maybe a bit of kibble. So cabbage is also good for dogs. They will enjoy all the same micronutrients as us, but remember, only in small amounts and never with any added fat or salt. But unfortunately, Rissy, you can't have any today because I have eaten it all, and I wish I was joking, but I'm not. But yes, you've been a very good girl. So what do we have for you? We've got your favorite. It's a little duck treat. Yes, who's a good girl? So that's all from me. Thank you as always for watching. I will see you in the next one. Ciao for now.